30 seconds used. One minute. One 30.
Growing up, I didn't really have that hard of a life. Honestly, when I was 13, I didn't really think I knew what was wrong with myself. I didn't know at that time that I had depression. I didn't know that until I was in my freshman year of high school in my basic health class, and I read the description for the symptoms of depression and went, oh, that's what I had back then. And I still have it to this day. I've struggled with it for a long time, but I've made it through every leap and valley that I've had to go through. And I've been through more than I ever thought that I could endure. Which leads me to today's quotation. At the end of the day, we can endure much more than we think we can. Back then, when I was 13 and crying myself to sleep every night, I didn't think I could do it anymore. I didn't think I could survive past the 8th grade, but I did, and I'm here today. So today, I'm going to talk about how we are strong and we can do whatever we put our minds to it. I'm going to prove this with 3 different examples. Starting off, I want to talk about Alexander Hamilton and about his life and how he did a lot of things and how his life was kind of rough, but he still lived to be 49 years old and was able to be a person that we all know today. Whenever Hamilton was growing up, his father left him at the age of 10. And for most of his years, he did not have a father. And when he was 12, his mother died of an illness. So growing up was hard. He had no one to look up to. Whenever he moved in with some cousins, his cousin that was helping raising him also committed suicide. So he had a lot of trials and tribulations throughout the first about 14 years of his life. But he managed to become who we know him as today. He had been through a lot. He even went through his very first son dying whenever he was older. But he was able to make it through. And even though his headstrong ways and his opinions put him into a situation where his life ended, he still made it through some really rough things in his life and showed us that you can be strong and you can become whoever you want to be. Next, I want to talk about something a little different. Legally Blonde, the musical specifically, as that is what I know best. As you probably may know, Legally Blonde is about a girl named Elle who follows her boyfriend to Harvard Law because she wants to win him back, or should I say, ex-boyfriend. And she learns that she's actually a pretty dang good lawyer. And because she puts in the hard work once she realizes that she can be, she becomes an amazing lawyer and the valedictorian of her class. Everyone thought that she was a dumb blonde, but she wasn't. And she became a really smart woman who was an amazing lawyer and had a hot boyfriend to go with it too. Lastly, I want to talk about House Subnautica and how you can go through things that you didn't think were possible, yet you can still survive. Subnautica is about you, a person on a spaceship who is going to set up a warp gate on some random galaxy. And your ship crash lands onto an island that is just an ocean. While on that ocean, you learn how to survive. You see the different creatures that you can eat, the ones that you can, the ones that you can't, the ones that are going to eat you. You're going to see whatever you need to do to survive. And at the end of the video game, you end up building a rocket. and taking yourself off and actually going home and living to see another day off of a water-filled planet. Now, because of this and your trials to be able to survive, you end up getting off the planet and surviving, quite literally, because it is the trial of, are you going to be able to stand the test of time against this giant ocean that is trying to kill you and cure this disease that is trying to kill you, because that's the only way off this planet. But you managed to do it, making you someone that is strong, and you can live to where you want to be. So today we've seen that humanity is strong. We're a strong group of creatures that has lived through the test of time. And we've shown this through 3 examples. Alexander Hamilton, how he didn't really have a great life growing up, but he still managed to become the person we know him as today. And how in Legally Blonde, how Elle, she wasn't really seen as a smart girl, just a regular dumb blonde, but she became an amazing lawyer. And lastly with House of Nautica, how you as a player can survive quite literally in a really tough environment. Or how with me, a lot of people struggle with depression. I'm one of them. But I've managed to make it to today. I've managed to live through the rough days and make it to where I am today. So, as it is said, at the end of the day, we can endure much more than we ever thought we could.